lines you would see on the Punch newspaper. We can also look at some of them on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And school fees increase. Don't snuff life out of us. Parents urge Tinubu. That's for the increase in the cost of education in the country now for public schools. You know, some people bring up the arguments that, we have other schools in the US, in UK. Some will even mention Ghana. If only you know how much Ghanaians are protesting that particular situation, because they feel that they are not getting the worth of their money. And secondly, public schools are public schools because it is for those who cannot afford the very expensive cost of private schools. So government tends to subsidize and give you a certain level of quality at a not so expensive price. That's the goal. That's what it is for. It's why we have it. So there's no alternative to it. So when a government school is now at the same price with a private school, and then the government school does not give the same level of quality, the same standard. People can't even access education loans in this country. There's a lot of things in the structure that other countries have. Hence, if their system is expensive, people understand. Ultimately, their economy is way better than ours. So you might not feel the brunt too much because there are different ways you can try to make a living and raise money for that. Here in this country, the economy is quite different. Inflation everywhere, and you're increasing and school fees price going up. So it's just to look at the issue clearly and understand that if the economy was great, maybe people would not respond the way they are now. But it's where we are. Let's go for this commercial. When we come back, we'll take more headlines and open the phone lines. Stay tuned.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria.
we'll be opening the phone lines shortly. A few more headlines from the Vanguard before we do that. This one says petrol price increase, Lagos workers adopt shift operations. Lagos workers adopt shift operations. New army chief will wipe out Boko Haram IPOB bandits, says El Rufai. New army chief will wipe out Boko Haram IPOB bandits, says El Rufai. That's where we are. With some of the headlines from the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, this one. Education under Buhari's government was catastrophic. ASU president. Well, that's where we are on the Vanguard. So let's get to the phone lines now. And remember, you can join the conversation on Facebook too. We are streaming live. So it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. You can watch and listen at the same time. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Twitter, it is Nigeria Info PH. On Instagram and Thread, it is Nigeria Info FM _ PH. Okay. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. Let's go to the phone lines now. In a chair, God's Power is on the line. God's Power, good morning.
Good morning, Femi Andrew.
Okay, welcome. Straight to the point, please.
Shetima to represent President Buhari, the summit in Rome. It's a welcome development that I would want this early stage for Buhari to repair and know exactly what the summit is all about.
President Tinubu, not Buhari, please.
President Tinubu, sorry for that one. Because it's too early for other people to represent him now. So to me, that's how I saw it. And again, to unity schools, about nearly 100% increase. It's not a welcome development. It is all these things are biting hard on Nigerians. And the economy is so bad. It's failing economy. You can talk of NEPA, we don't have, and the increase, fuel increase, everyday increase, all this increase. What is the solution? A panacea to reduce this strain on Nigerians. I think something's supposed to be done. We thought that this man is coming to alleviate most of our aggravated problem, financial burden, but now it has heightened them the more.
All right, God's Power, point made. Thank you. Let's go to many now. Cookie Gam, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Welcome, go ahead.
Andrew, parents, please don't not laugh out of us for this school fee increase. Andrew, me and kneeling that is not to beg you, please. Let's not laugh life out of us because and this is what we are suffering in this present government in these 2 months. You cannot navigate transport from one place to another. From Maitre, people travel from Maitre to Pepperoni before they board the bus to Warfare. People travel from Warfare to Tinda before they board the bus to Maitre. We are still dying in that one. People are still suffering and crying pain. Now they want to also increase school fees again. Andrew, I will leave that for this government. Will all of us die before this government will come to end for 4 years? What is this government planning for me and you and the poor one? They want to take the school fee to the only to their own children that will go to abroad and to go to good school. They want not that children to go to school again. Please, President, I'm begging you this one. Don't not laugh out of Nigeria because this will vote for you. As a legend, they say they voted for you. Give them a minute that will live to stay to after your 4 years. I'm begging you for God's sake. People are dying in trekking in Nigeria. People are dying in trekking. People are collapsing on the road. Now going to great schools again. It will be the worst for us. And finally, the government has borrowed 2 trillion in these two months. I beg our governor, please, don't borrow for us again, please. Like last time, the government borrowed 200 billion naira. Again, please don't borrow again. We don't know how much the other governor borrowed and leave for you. Please stop borrowing. Let us use what we have now because Nigeria is too tough for now. Andrew, good morning.
All right, thank you. Susie in Erema, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, let me talk about what the lamentation of Suboma Joseph Creek. If you look at the Nation newspaper, this day newspaper, and Cable, you discover that the issue of building any construction in this country based on what Ibe Kachuku has said before. In PTI, when they had a meeting in 2016 when he accepted office, he was talking about the issue of 15 trillion naira that was expended in Niger Delta, 40 billion that was also expended in Niger Delta. All this put together, you know how much it is. And there is nothing to show for it in Niger Delta. So we are talking about the issue of money that is borrowed to build a ring road that will beautify the state as it's supposed to be. And people like Suboma Jakrich, we are part of that meeting that was held in PTI Warri in 2016 when Ibe Kachuku accepted office, questioning the rationale behind spending these trillions of naira in Niger Delta, and there's nothing to show for it. Today, he contested election in River State and lost woefully. Now he's antagonizing a government that has come, even if he's asking about the rationale behind how the tenders and those who are involved in this contract signing and all of that. Consultations were made. If so, Majakri was not part of that consultation, he should not take it out of context to believing that it was done arbitrarily. The governor has done the right thing to have called a stakeholders meeting, and that money was borrowed because of the fact that people were there. The Niger leaders were there also, and this is not even a contract that was emanated from SIM.
Okay,
this contract, this particular road, came from even the leaders of thought over time in River State. To this extent, I believe that Suboma Jakrich to look for something better
right,
to
Susie,
do and
thank
support
you.
the
Let's go
United
to good news in
government.
3. Good news, good morning.
Good morning, my brother man.
Go on.
On the issue of the school increment of school fees, and Jagaban, we stand to go touch everybody. But my major concern this morning is about the issue of Jakrich woman candidate talking about the ring road. What has he said that is wrong? All he said is totally correct. The government that came borrowing 200 billion. So there's an allegation on the former government under Wike that is owing over 200 billion internal debt and 150 million external debt, and they come to borrow 200 billion again. Now, where did they get 200 billion from? The refuse to tell irreversible. My brother, if you know, please tell us, what is the source of repaying the 200 billion? Nobody knows. How will they pay it? Nobody knows. What are the modalities? Nobody knows. Now they said they want to do ring road, 4 billion naira for 1 kilometer of road. They have said it in 2021, 230 million naira according to the world benchmark. Let me give him 100% or 20% increment. That is almost 500 million naira per kilometer of road based on increment of things. 500 million naira. The way is 3.5 billion naira going to. And nobody is saying anything. UTC, they went to start. Will they tell me that they want to do anything again in UTC? See, we must open them up to speak out the truth. No matter whose off is gone. They are flying River State. Civil servants not promoted. Salaries due to the promotion not paid. 30% of their minimum wage was totally paid to River State. Why you must say the 40,000 naira? Every university teachers just checked away. The one in court in
All right, now let's go to Remo Lumeni. Solution is on the line. Solution, good morning. Good morning, Solution.
Yeah, good morning. You hear me?
Go on.
Yes, I want to reply Erufai saying that the chief of army staff is going to destroy the bandits, Boko Haram, and the IPOB. Now, I know that the federal government have proscribed IPOB as terrorist group, but I want to beg the chief of army staff, if you want to destroy, let him go to the bandits that be kidnapping and be killing people, making farmers not to go to their farm, ravaging and destroying communities. The Boko Haram that have been killing, destroying, beheading people, let them exclude the IPOB into that list, because IPOB do not kill the way Boko Haram and bandits do. We know that, yes, the activities of the IPOB is causing harm in the south by this enforcing this seat at home, but they are not like that of the Boko Haram and the bandits. IPOB don't go to church to burn church, to burn communities, go to farm to kill. You understand? It's just because of their sexual they want to declare their own country and that. So that's not the reason why they should be treated the way Boko Haram and the party should be treated. So the chief of army staff should exclude the POB among the bandits.
All right, then point made. Thank you, Walter and Rukbaku. Good morning. Already time exhausted already.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Andrew, my brother.
Go ahead, Walter.
Yes. I was thinking that our president-elect was coming to savage Nigerians. Before we know it, he's coming to make things difficult. Now he said he wants to make increase in public schools.
It's already been made.
On which area he wants to make increase in public schools? On which areas? Because I remember bad days when we were in primary school. We don't pay money. Even in secondary schools, we didn't pay money. Even though we pay for some question papers. And then this time around, money has been budgeted for Nigerians, especially on education. What are those money going to? What are they using the money for? What are they using money for? Coming to make increase in public school will make things difficult to the parents. I am thinking he shouldn't do it, because if he do it, we will react. Nigerians will react. Things are very bad. Look at fuel. We buy fuel. Like as I speak to you now, almost every day I buy 10,000 naira fuel, and it doesn't take me daybreak because of the nature of my business. I find it difficult. So Andrew, we are begging. He should look at the indigents. I mean the inhabitants of Nigerians. He shouldn't be increasing everywhere. Increase. Parents are crying. He should look at our faces. I think if we continue with this, I think the tribunal will throw him out. It will throw him out because we can't continue to suffer like this. Thank you, my brother Andrew.
All right, thank you very much. Temple in Umuechem, good morning.
Good morning, my very distinguished Ifimi, and you are doing this morning, sir.
Go on, straight to the point.
Yes, I think I want to appeal to the adopters of Mrs. Nwokocha to release her unconditionally. Demanding the huge sum of over 100 million is very much unheard of. And I also want to trust the capacity of Honorable Commissioner of Police, CP Emeka, and his proactiveness as far as his men are concerned, to double their effort in making sure that this woman is being released on hot and the adopters are being apprehended and the full weight of the law is being meted on them. But I also want to appeal. Sometimes when people are criticizing about this ring road, they should criticize with facts. When somebody will be coming to tell me what a cost of kilometer of road talking about, are they telling me the current price of the cost of materials in the market, or are they giving me an old cost? Because sometimes people don't tend to speak behind the fence and talk about what government should do and what government shouldn't do. But when the power falls on their own court, you see the reverse becoming the case. And one thing I always tell them, whatever you cannot do better, you don't criticize. But Tokuma Motakrit never know the importance of this ring road. The kind of rapid development, it talk of the employment it will generate, it talk of the unity for us, it talk of the discongestion of Port Harcourt this road will bring to our rural community. I want to appeal to them to support. And if I you want to vote, I think the probe can also start with it. But the very distinguished value, I also want to call the level of collateral damage has continued in my community. The head and the BATL are all to act swiftly to avoid further destruction of life and property in my community.
For contribution. I think with regards to that, the MIETIAL said that they were going to have meetings and look into that issue. So let's wait for the outcome and the step that they are taking before we make any further comments on that. Lugard in Echie, good morning. Hello, Lugard. Okay, let's go to NTA Road now. Mufasa, good morning to you.
Yeah, hi Andrew, good morning. Yes, a rainy day this morning. And happy new week.
Yeah, happy new week.
Statement credited to Ambassador Solomon Jack Risch, the governorship candidate of the National Rescue Movement. Andrew, in as much as we know that criticism is allowed, and equally calling government to account, for public money is equally allowed, I want to strongly disagree with the gentleman this morning. He has said that Governor Sim has violated all procurement, laws, in the process of awarding the Ring Road project. For me, I think Ambassador Smabo Jakrish was unable to cite one section of the act that the governor has violated. You agree with me that even before this contract was awarded, the State House of Assembly sat, there was a public hearing that people were invited and all of that. So for me, I think all these things, that led to the signing of that contract, these were the laid down procedures that these things should be followed. So for me, instead of resorting to conjectures and assumptions, I think the best thing to do is to support this government to achieve this great feat. It is something that a lot of people benefit from, and if we continue to criticize this thing, I wonder if we're able to bring development to Rivers State. Bible said that, lastly, the governor in Enugu State that is telling people to come out to disobey the statute, I am sure that he has provided security for those people, because it's not enough to tell people to come out. Have you made the necessary security provisions for them? That's the question that I want them to answer. That's my position.
All right, thank you very much, Mufasa. On the Nation newspaper, Oshiomhole to Tinubu appoint best hands as ministers. Lai Mohammed says religious political extremisms, big challenges. You find all of that on the Nation newspaper. Include youths in new cabinet. You want to find out details? Let us know. Discos set November 2024 for meter upgrade deadline. All of that you would find on the Nation newspaper. Tammy from Kana is on the line. Hello, Tammy. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. It's you, Andrew.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, let me react to the statement credited to Sobuma Jakrish about the Ring Road. Yeah, for me, I want to advise our River State politicians, most interestingly, the River State government, that they should upgrade their lives when lying to Rivers people.
And Tammy, that's not it. That's very insulting. You don't have any facts to show, so you don't just come out and say the government should upgrade their lives. There are certain things that you do not say. If you feel the government has not spoken the truth, or you feel there's some information that it's withholding, then you can say the government should try as much as possible to provide proper information or complete information. You don't say upgrade their lies. Daniel from Transamadi, that's not language you allow on air, just so you know. If somebody says that to you on air, I'm pretty sure you would want to sue them. Daniel from Transamadi, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Good morning.
Go ahead.
How are we?
Very fine, thank you.
Okay, for me, the parents asking Mr. President to do that life out of us as a result of the school fees increase.
Yes.
Unity School. I don't think they have already squeezed life out of the parents. You are increasing school fees, electricity, you don't even have the power, the fuel. And if you look at the population of these parents, some of them are civil servants. You haven't even increased their own salary, and you're increasing every aspect that the government is supposed to have. If government is not ready to even in any way contribute to the development of some of these Nigerian kids, youth, why do we not have government? What are they doing with the money? Because you're taking the whole 100% responsibility down to the parent that you have not even increased their school fees. And when you have not increased their school fees, you want them to go and rob in order to meet up this need. That is very unfortunate. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Unity School, I know the standard is not even up to what it's supposed to be when you compare 10 years back. They are not upgrading the standard. You're not in any way contributing. The only thing you do as a government is to increase. I don't know how Nigeria wants to survive this government. It's just so unfortunate.
All right, let's go to Clinton in Bori quickly before we take some messages. Clinton, good morning.
Andrew, good morning to you.
Go ahead.
And Nigerians are very quick to question the government at the top, forgetting that we have 3 tiers of government. And the government closest to us are the ones we have in the state government and local government. A lot of things are going on in the state here. I listened to Suboma George Jacques. I listened to all he said, and I wonder what he has said wrong. That leisure, as in procedures, were not followed duly in awarding this contract. And look at the timeline of this contract: 3 good years, 3.5 years. And when there are other necessities that the government need to look at, we don't have good hospitals. Go to public health care now. You are paying money for as little as hand gloves. And the government have jumped to going to doing a ring road that costs this amount of money, where there are other things that we are supposed to be doing. Then second, I want to call the attention of the security agencies that in local government here, the rise of insecurity is going up. And I think the rate of killings in Canada here is too much. They should try and make sure that they contain these measures. Thank you.
All right, Clinton, thank you very much. I think like something you said, the government closest to you, start with the local government council. Let them start with hobnobbing with the police to tackle that problem. Some messages on WhatsApp. This one says, I joined the police to I urge the police to step up their game and ensure the kidnapped lady is released. Boyo Kinsley. Another one says, good morning. Federal government increasing government-owned school fees. This is the plan to oppress the poor, and this will cause more hardship to the masses. Blessed from Alu Center 10. This person says, lamentations as public school increase school fees. This administration can be described as being insensitive to the plights of Nigerians. Despite subsidy removal, they are embarking on chains of increment. We still have some messages on Facebook. Good morning. The cost of living is killing the living. May God help us. Ikoi sent this one in. Onweke says, Enugu government tells residents to disobey sit-at-home order. Has the government provided security? Thank God says, I remember. Okay. Alaris Beef, I want to join and beg Mr. President to please reduce tuition fees. Obioma Noble said, federal government increased tuition fees for public schools. This is totally unacceptable. Those are some messages from Facebook. On WhatsApp, another one here says that parent criticizing tuition fee increase should be given attention. Elder Joel. This one says many current leaders are ruling with forged certificates. That is why they are not friendly with the education system. This is Chris. You sent that message in. This one says, I join parents to call on federal government to reverse increment in school fees. Kidnappers of the female journalist should please release her. Lorenzo Delight sent that one in. My name is Ifeami Andrew. Thank you for your time. We go on a commercial now. 7 o'clock news afterwards.
You know who I am? Sure. You know, ask question. I